It's time to talk about another foundational computer science topic, encoding. If a computer only understands binary, ones and zeros, then how is it possible to work with things like text, images, and videos? Well, the answer is simple. Such information needs to be encoded in order to be stored within or transmitted between computers. Encoding is just a fancy word for the process of converting information to make it easier to work with, to store, to transmit. When it comes to textual information, this process of encoding is pretty straightforward. You start with the character you are trying to encode, like the uppercase M, and then you encode or convert it into the value specified by whatever encoding scheme you are using. In the ASCII encoding scheme, for example, the uppercase M is represented as the number 77. Then, the number 77 may be represented in binary using its equivalent binary sequence. There are different methods or ways that you can encode data. Back in the day, we used ASCII, a character encoding scheme that allowed us to represent English letters, symbols, and the Arabic numbers 0 through 9 that you and I use on a day-to-day basis. In ASCII, each character or symbol is represented by a number. Encoding is accomplished by translating each character or symbol to the number that is represented in ASCII. Ultimately, we then convert this number to its binary equivalent. I've got a great video here from Harvard's popular CS50, their Intro to Programming class. Make sure you watch it and that you can answer the 3 essential questions before continuing on. The ASCII encoding scheme was great, but because it was based upon the English alphabet, it was limited to representing textual information for a handful of countries, like us and some countries in Western Europe. In reality, the world is a much more diverse place. There are many languages, each with their own set of characters and symbols that need to be encoded. This example shows you how the simple phrase, "I can eat glass and it doesn't hurt me," translates into some of the world's most popular languages. As you can see, we needed something more robust if we needed to be able to encode characters and symbols used throughout the globe. This is what Unicode does. Unicode was developed as the international standard for encoding the world's written languages. Unicode supports nearly any character or symbol that can be encoded, which makes communicating between computer systems, for example on the internet, much easier. UTF-8 is now the most common scheme or way of encoding information. If you do any kind of development, like writing even the simplest web page, you will surely see UTF-8 again. Here is a great video which explains the beauty of Unicode and how a simple hack was used to incorporate ASCII into that standard. Make sure you can answer these essential questions before you move on.